afternoon and welcome to ICU TV Lunchtime News. We take a look at the stories making headlines. Government raises foreign holding limit to shield Kwacha. ZCSA and ZARI strengthen fertilizer quality control. UNZA Hostels project gains momentum. In international news, Trump responded to UK concern over Greenland, says Lammy. And in our sports news, under 20 women gear up for Uganda FIFA World Cup qualifiers. With the news in details, my name is Ruth Nirongo. Government has moved to safeguard recent gain of the Kwacha by increasing the non-resident holding limit on government security from 5% to 23% of total insurance. The measure is aimed at allowing foreign investors to roll over maturing securities, easing potential pressure on the local currency from the legal capital overflow.
Two key developments this week help explain how Zambia is managing debt pressure. The $1.16 billion United States debt hurdle coming in 2026 and the AVIC restructuring. The Bank of Zambia has raised the non-resident limit bond cap from 5% to 23% of government securities issued in a year. In simple terms, what am I talking about? This allows more foreign investors to buy and reinvest in government securities, so maturing debt can be refinanced smoothly without putting extra pressure on the Kwacha. But before we go into the specifics, there's history how Zambia has been managing its debt. If Zambia had not restructured its debt, the country would have been forced into an impossible position where debt payments would swallow the 2025 national budget and still fail to clear the obligations. That warning was made clear by Secretary to the Treasury, Felix Nkulukusa, during his press briefing in Lusaka on the 27th October 2025, where he explained that without restructuring, Zambia's annual debt service would have stayed around $2.6 billion United States
this year, but the total debt we are going to pay after the restructuring in 2025, the total debt that we are paying in 2025 going to 2026 is under $1 billion. It's just about 900 million for everyone. For the official creditors, is about $750 million per year for the next 10 years.
That level of pressure would have squeezed everything else out, including civil servant salaries, social spending, and infrastructure investment. This is why debt restructuring became a national economic survival move, not a technical exercise. It is also why President Hakainde Hichilema has consistently framed the recovery as a turnaround built on hard decisions, not shortcuts at all. Today, Zambia is seeing the difference in the macro numbers. The Kwacha is among the best performing currencies globally. The Lusaka Securities Exchange is one of the strongest performing markets, and inflation has been easing. But behind these indicators is a chain of decisions that protected the budget and kept the economy moving. So what's this one?
However, the policy action forms part of wider effort to manage Zambia's $1.16 debt repayment obligation and support the ongoing debt restructuring programs, which has eased the country's debt service burden and created fiscal space for priority spending.
2020, out of every $1 of tax that was collected, only 9 ngwe, just under 9 ngwe, was available for everything else that government needs to spend money on. Only 9 ngwe. As for 91 ngwe out of that Kwacha, that went to service government debt and salaries. That's how bad it was.
The risk is straightforward. If many foreign investors are paid back at the same time, They usually want their money back in United States dollars. That increases demand for dollars. And once demand for dollars rises sharply, the Kwacha can come under pressure. To prevent that shock, the Bank of Zambia adjusted the bond cap. What the bond cap means in plain language, the bond cap is simply a limit on how much government borrowing can come from foreign investors. By increasing that limit, Bank of Zambia allowed foreign investors who already had these government instruments to keep their money invested in Zambia instead of exiting it suddenly. Okay? This helps Zambia in a practical way. It reduces sudden demand for United States dollars. It supports Kwacha stability. It smooths government repayments. It keeps confidence steady in the local market. Now, this is not a move for headlines, not at all. It is a move to protect the economy from a repayment shock that could have reversed the gains.
The Zambian Compulsory Standard Agency and the Zambia Agriculture Research Institution have agreed to strengthen collaboration to ensure fertilizer on the market meets safety and quality standards. The move is aimed at protecting farmers and boosting crop productivity. The two institutions say improved information sharing, joint inspections, and monitoring will help eliminate substandard fertilizer and support better agricultural outcomes. ZCSA Executive Director Gerard Chizanga says the partnership will contribute to Zambians' goal on producing 10 million tons of maize by 2031. He adds that ZCSA plans to sign a cooperation framework and use ZARI's testing fertilizer to improve regulatory efficiency. ZARI's director Dr. Ndashi Kapulo has welcomed the collaboration, saying it will support trade and government objectives. He also quotes the review of the Fertilizer and Feed Act of 1966 to strengthen fertilizer quality and safety enforcement. We continue with the news. The University of Zambia Student Hostel construction project is progressing steadily, offering hope of easing and long-standing accommodation challenge faced by students at the institution. The development reflects government's commitment to providing practical support for free education, especially following the historic grade 12 result that saw the national pass rate surpass 70% for the first time, as efforts continue to expand university infrastructure and support human capital development.
After years of stalled works, multiple student hostels at University of Zambia, UNZA, are now near completion. These are structures that sat unfinished for a decade. They are back on schedule, as you can see. As of January 2026, most blocks are in the final stages. Fittings, internal works. The heavy lifting is done.
4 units, of which 2 units we are started roofing. We hope come June, July, we'll be at 90% with how the works are moving. The works are progressing so fine. We hope to finish these units by June, July this year. We thank the government for supporting this project. We appreciate. Thank you very much.
The contractor, Wellcome Investments, has indicated that all hostels and related academic infrastructure works are expected to be completed within this year, 2026. That timeline puts students into these facilities before the end of 2026. Now, this matters because demand has always outpaced space. Before works resumed, UNZA, the University of Zambia, could only accommodate about 3,294 students at the main campus and 442 students Ridgeway campus, okay? Those more were pushed into overcrowded, unsafe, off-campus housing. That pressure is now easing. Alongside the new hostels, these ones, sanitation upgrades in existing student residence, began in late 2025. Old systems are being replaced. Living conditions are improving. This is not cosmetic work. It is functional. Remember in April 2025, President Hakainde Hichilema toured both the Great East Road and the Ridgeway campuses. The message was direct: finish the hostels, fix the accommodation gap, support students properly. That instruction or directive is now visible in concrete, and still, this comes at a moment when Zambia's education system is producing.
We'll take a short break. Coming up is international and sports news.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZARI has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZARI pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZARI engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZARI is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZARI launched the ZARI University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZARI researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZARI research community. ZARI engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZARI, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Thank you for staying with us. Now in our international news, Donald Trump backed down from his threats on Greenland because the UK stood up for the Danish territory sovereignty, David Lammy has told the BBC. The Deputy Prime Minister told Nick Robinson Political Thinking that the US President had responded to our concern in dropping threats to use force or trade sanctions to take control of the island. He added that European countries were now back where we wanted to be, which is a negotiation effectively. But he added that Trump was still determined for the US to play a bigger role in Arctic regional security amid increasing Russian activity in the region. We'll take a short break. Coming up is sports news.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back. Now in our sports news, the Zambia Under-20 women national team is preparing for the third round of the FIFA Under-20 Women World Cup qualifiers against Uganda. The first match will be played on February 7 in Kampala, while the return leg will take place a week later in Dola. These matches are important as they will determine which team progresses to the final qualification round. Head coach Florence Mwila, together with her technical team, has intensified training sessions to improve the players' fitness, discipline, and tactical understanding. The technical bench is closely monitoring the team as they prepare for the two challenging fixtures. The winner on aggregate will advance to the final round of the qualifiers. Zambia has never qualified for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, but the current squad shows strong potential. The team includes several talented players who previously featured at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. That sports item brings us to the end of our lunchtime news. But before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. Government raises foreign holding limit to shield Kwacha. ZCSA and ZARI strengthen fertilizer quality control. UNZA Hostels project gain momentum. In international news, Trump responds to UK concern over Greenland, says Lammy. In our sports news, under 20 women gear up for Uganda FIFA World Cup. Thank you for watching our lunchtime news. Do catch us at 20 hours for our main news. Good afternoon.